Hi, I'm Roger and welcome back to the Tractor Tech channel. When we purchased this Massey Ferguson 135 tractor, one of the first things we noticed that the tractor was going to need was new rear wheels. This is due to calcium chloride rusting these wheels up. The tractor is a 1967 model. It may have had calcium in the wheels since the tractor was new. First option I'm going to talk about is water. Water weighs in about 8 pounds a gallon. You should use distilled water because tap water contains minerals that can corrode your wheels. Water freezes at 32 degrees, so if you live in a cold climate, water's not going to be a good option. Water's only a good option if you live in a warm climate. Water can be free if you catch it from a dehumidifier or an air conditioner, or it costs around $1 a gallon if you purchase it at a grocery store. And lastly, water is not hazardous, so if you puncture a tire, you don't have anything to worry about. The next options I'm going to talk about are methanol and windshield washer fluid. I'm lumping these two together since windshield washer fluid contains a high concentration of methanol. If you use windshield washer fluid, you need to get the windshield washer fluid that is rated for like -20. There's some windshield washer fluid out there that's rated for like 30, 32 degrees above zero, so it would freeze in your wheel if you live in a cold climate. Methanol weighs in at about 6.6 pounds a gallon, so it's one of the lighter, if not the lightest option for a liquid tire ballast. Methanol is also flammable and harmful to the environment. What I mean by harmful to the environment is it will kill plants and harm animals or humans. Methanol is an inexpensive option at around $2 a gallon. So the next option I want to talk about is antifreeze. Antifreeze weighs in at around 8.7 pounds a gallon. Depending on how much water you mix with the antifreeze and the type of antifreeze you go with, you're probably going to use ethylene glycol because that is the cheapest type of antifreeze. The freezing point is going to vary depending on how much water you mix with the antifreeze. A 50-50 concentration of antifreeze will give you a freezing point somewhere around 20 below. If you puncture a tire, antifreeze is harmful to the environment. So the next option is calcium chloride. This is a very popular option for older tractors, and a lot of dealers do still use this today. It's becoming unpopular due to it being highly corrosive, but it weighs in at 11.6 pounds a gallon. It's one of the heavier options for a liquid tire ballast. When I was calling around to tire shops talking about my options for this tractor, I told the one tire shop that I'd seen calcium chloride rust a wheel up in about 4 years on a tractor, and the guy laughed and said that that was due to the person that installed the calcium chloride not having it mixed very well, and I got pure calcium in the wheels. So you need to make sure that you have a qualified tire shop do the installation. The cost for calcium chloride is somewhere around $2 a gallon. Another option is magnesium chloride. Magnesium weighs in around 11 pounds a gallon. Not too many dealers are using this because it is also corrosive like calcium chloride. The cost is also about the same as calcium chloride. It is also harmful to the environment if you puncture a tire. A liquid tire ballast that is becoming very popular now is Rim Guard. It weighs in at 11 pounds per gallon, and it is non-corrosive, so that makes it very popular. The downside to it is the cost, which varies depending on where you live. I've heard of people getting it for as little as $2 a gallon. I checked with 2 dealers here, and it is about $4 a gallon, which is very expensive for a liquid tire ballast. It has a very low freezing point and is not harmful to the environment if you puncture a tire. The only downside to Rim Guard that I've heard of is it does not have a very pleasant smell. And something that I recently discovered is a product called Ballast. It weighs in at 10.7 pounds a gallon. It is made from citrus. It is also non-corrosive and not harmful to the environment. They will say Ballast will not freeze to at least 50 below, and it is advertised on their website as having a price of $2 per gallon. So that covers all of the liquid tire ballast options that I'm aware of. If you have radial tires, check with the tire manufacturer because manufacturers like Firestone do not recommend putting a liquid tire ballast in the tire because it can cause power hop. Your tires should be filled to a maximum of 75% with a liquid tire ballast. If you do not want to run a liquid tire ballast, your only other option is cast iron weights, and they're going to run at least $1.25 a pound. So after doing my research for this Massey Ferguson 135, I've decided to have the old calcium chloride pumped out, buy new tubes and wheels, and have the calcium chloride pumped back in these tires because this tractor is a 1967 model and these wheels have held up all this time. I would really like to go with something like Rim Guard but since rim guard is $4 a gallon, that's kind of a deal breaker for me. The wheels for this tractor are about $100 a piece. I can buy the wheels a couple of times for this tractor and still come out ahead of what the cost of rim guard is going to be. I would also consider using the Ballast Star, but there are no dealers in my area for it. So thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this. In the comments section below, let me know what ballast you have in your tires, or if you have any, or if you decided to go with cast iron weights.